Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Instead of doing a normal tactical analysis, I thought it will be really interesting to see why exactly is Barcelona not doing so well at the moment in terms of goal scoring. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. You guys are a big help to me. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you do subscribe. We upload a lot of tactical content regarding FC Barcelona. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at all the different aspects as to why Barcelona are struggling to score at the moment. The likes of Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, and it's actually Gavi's tactics that has had a big influence on this happening at the team at the moment. We have had a lot of 1-0 wins. And let's start with Gavi's positioning at left wing. As we know by now, Gavi at left wing means that he will invert and play as a midfielder to overcrowd the midfield and overload it. A little predictable in my opinion. But this requires Alejandro Balde to come forward and keep the width. And this is how Barcelona now does, because a ball in behind Alejandro Balde means that he will have to defend a lot of space constantly up and down this wing. This also let the opposition defend really narrow, and that actually they cover themselves, even though Alejandro Balde go forward. They cover themselves by having the ball. So for an example, if the passing of Barcelona is not correct in the final third, an overturned ball could easily result in a ball going out forward to the right wing from the opposition and actually capitalize on that. So they can easily score goals, and that is actually how Anthony's goal came about. Another problem with overloading the midfield is also the fact that this can now result in all of the passing lanes towards Robert Lewandowski now being cut out. And this makes the opposition defend really narrow. For an example, when the Barcelona has the ball and they actually spread out really wide, there's now movement. Now because Barcelona is now open, they can draw players away and Robert can run in behind. But this is not possible when the opposition defends really narrow. When they defend narrow, there's no space even to make runs, so people have to go out wide. This is why we see Frenkie de Jong dropping between centre backs. The ball also going wide makes people now in one-on-one situations, and people can actually defend better against that because they know what's going to happen. The only space is out wide, and runs can be tracked as well from Robert Lewandowski. To unlock Lewandowski, you need to out-and-out wingers, which is very good in one-on-one situations. They also need to be able to be very fluid and actually stay wide and actually pin back their fullbacks. Therefore, they cannot defend narrow. You also need your free aids in the half spaces in order to pin back the centre backs and make them decide which one they actually have to defend. You need a double pivot. In my opinion, the inverted fullback would actually work really well. For an example, in the build-up phase, in the final third, when people drop, you can actually have players follow you and you have space in behind the centre backs. And now you unlock Robert Lewandowski, who can make those runs in behind where he can actually even get the ball from Dembele or attack the 6-yard box where he would actually finish it off. The whole point of this is to get players away from Robert Lewandowski, not towards Robert Lewandowski. Also, you can also get this by actually getting the ball out to the likes of Rafinha, because we know the crossing ability of Rafinha and he can actually find Robert Lewandowski in this region as well. There's countless ways of how we can actually unlock Robert Lewandowski, but we just need to fine-tune the tactics a little bit more. Another centre-back at full-back is too defensive in my opinion, as the natural instinct of Koundé is not to attack. Barcelona also plays with a double pivot, which is even more defensive for FC Barcelona. Gavi also play at left wing, where they would like him to invert in order to overload the midfield. And we know Gavi is a very good defensive player as well. The fullbacks for me hasn't really been up to date. They don't know what they do, or they don't look like they know what they're doing or what's supposed to do. And one of them is a centre back where it makes up a back three. You have the other one on the wing, which is the out and out winger, and then you also have Alejandro Balde on the left wing. This overloads the midfield yet again in order to make the defenders defend narrow. We are actually short in midfield because we don't have a player usually more than the opposition, because they close down the middle completely. We need to alter our tactics to have this double pivot, and also to be able to let the fullbacks go forward a little bit more and actually have a free roamer like Lionel Messi. And this is going to organize our players and disorganize the opposition, because the free roamer is actually making a lot difficult to defend. We can also have him just at the back to have 6 players in their back line. This would make them go into a back 5 or a back 6. But yet again, we can actually have another roamer, another free roamer, Gavi and Pedri, make them having go like free roamers in order to disorganize the opposition even more. But the thing is, with Barcelona, we never had a fluid front three since the Neymar, Suarez and Messi, the MSN era. We've never had it, and we desperately need it now. We also need to play with a little bit more high line in order to have Ter Stegen as a sweeper keeper in order to get back up here. This is another element to his game that he can vastly improve on. But Barcelona needs to go forward a little bit more. We need to be able to sacrifice the little space in behind where we need to be willing to let 1 or 2 goals go in order to score 3 more. And I think that is a win-win situation for FC Barcelona actually, as they could score more goals. These are the only 2 main problems with Barcelona at the moment in terms of goal scoring. A midfielder at left wing isn't working for a poacher like Robert Lewandowski. He needs to have the space where he can make his runs and move in behind, and we need wingers who is good at 1v1. That's just how it is, to take players away from Robert Lewandowski. We also need to take a look at the fact that we don't have at the moment a free roamer that can play like Lionel Messi. And this is what has been so good for Barcelona over the years. People don't know how to defend against that. We need physical midfielders who can bring steel to our team. Players like Nico Gonzalez and Gavi would actually be a great fit in that midfield for us. And also we need to bring back the urgent right back that we need, Benjamin Pavard or Serginho Dest even. The players needs to be worked with, and I think they deserve it. Subscribe for more tactical content. I want to thank each and every one of you guys who've been watching this video, the short one. But this is the main 2 problems at Barcelona.